Act 3, Scene 1. A room in the prison. Enter Duke, as a friar, Claudio, and Provost. So then you hope a pardon from Lord Angelo? The miserable have no other medicine but only hope. I have hope to live, and am prepared to die. Be absolute for death, either death or life shall thereby be the sweeter. Reason thus with life, if I do lose thee, I do lose a thing that none but fools would weep. A breath thou art, servile to all the sky influences, that dost this habitation where thou keep'st hourly afflict. Merely thou art death's fool, for him thou labourest by the fight to shun, and yet runn'st toward him still. Thou art not noble, for all the accommodations that thou bearest are nurses by baseness. Thou art by no means valiant, for thou dost fear the soft and tender fork of a poor worm, that thy best of rest is sleep, that thou oft provokest, yet grossly fearest thy death, which is no more. Thou art not thyself, for thou existest on many a thousand grains that issue out of dust. Happy thou art not, for what thou hast not, still thou strive to get, and what thou hast forgettest, thou art not certain. For thy complexion shifts to strange effects. After the moon, if thou art rich, thou art poor, for like an ass whose back with ingots bows, thou bearest thy heavy riches but a journey, and death unloads thee. Friend hast thou none, for thine own bowels, which do call thee sire, the mere effusion of thy proper loins, do curse the gout, serpigio, and the rheum. For ending thee no sooner, thou hast nor youth nor age, but as it were, in after-dinner sleep, dreaming on both, for all thy blessed youth becomes as aged, and doth beg the alms of post eld. And when thou art old and rich, thou hast neither heat, affection, limb, nor beauty, to make thy riches pleasant. What yet in this that bears the name of life? Yet in this life lie hid more thousand deaths, yet death we fear, that makes these odds all even. I humbly thank you. To sue to live, I find I seek to die, and seeking death, find life, let it come on. What ho! Peace here, grace, and good company! Who's there? Come in! The wish deserves a welcome. Dear sir, ere long I'll visit you again. Most holy sir, I thank you. Enter Isabella. My business is a word or two with Claudio, and very welcome. Look, signor, here's your sister. Provost, a word with you, as many as you please. Bring me to hear them speak, where I may be conceived. Now, sister, what's the comfort? Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you for a swift ambassador, where you shall be an everlasting liger. Therefore your best appointment make with speed. Tomorrow you set on. Is there no remedy? None but such remedy as to save a head, to cleave a heart to twain. But is there any? Yes, brother, you may live. There is a devilish mercy in this judge, if you'll implore it, that will free life, but fetter you to death. Perpetual durance? Aye, just perpetual durance, a restraint, though all the world's vastity you had to determine scope. But in what nature? In such as one, as you consenting to't, would bark your honor from that trunk you bear, and leave you naked. Let me know the point, negative. Oh, I do fear thee, Claudio, and I quake, lest thou a favourite life shouldest entertain, and 6 or 7 winters more respect than a perpetual honor. Darest thou die? The sense of death is most in apprehension, and the poor beetle that we tread upon in corporal sufferance finds a pang as great as when a giant dies. Why give you me this shame? Think you I can a resolution fetch from flowery tenderness? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in my arms. There spake my brother, there my father's grave did utter forth a voice. Yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances. This outward sainted deputy, whose settled visage and deliberate word nips youth, the head, and follies doth enmew as falcon doth the fowl, as yet a devil. His filth within being cast, he would appear a pond as deep as hell. The Prinzi Angelo, oi, 'tis the cunning livery of hell, the damned'st body to invest and cover in Prinzi guards. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I would yield him my virginity, thou mightst be free? Oh, heavens, it cannot be. Yes, he would gift thee from this rank offence, so to offend him still. This night's the time that I should do what I abhor to name, or else thou diest tomorrow. Thou shalt not do't. Oi, were't but my life, I'd throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pin. Thanks, dear Isabel. Be ready, Claudio, for your death tomorrow. Yes, has your affection in him, that thus can make him bite the law by the nose, when he would force it. Sure 'tis no sin, or of the deadly seven it is the least. Which is the least? If it were damnable, he be so wise, why would he for monetary trick be perjury fend? O Isabel, what says my brother? Death is a fearful thing, and shamed life a hateful. Aye, but to die, and go we know not where. To lie in cold obstruction and to rot, the sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to be the fiery floods, or to reside in thrilly region of thick-ribbed ice, to the imprisoned and the viewless winds, and blown with restless violence round about the pennant world, or to be worse than worst of that the lawless and entertained thoughts imagine howing 'tis too horrible. The weariest and most loathed world life that age, ached penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear of death. Alas, alas! Sweet sister, let me live. What sin you do to save a brother's life, nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue. O you beast! O faithless coward! O dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame. What should I think? Heaven shield my mother, played my father fair, for such a warped slip of wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish, might but my bending down deprive thee from my fate. It should proceed, I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee. Nay, hear me, Isabel. Oh, fie, fie, fie! Thy sin's not accidental, but a trade. Mercy to thee would prove itself a bawd. 'Tis best that thou diest quickly. Oh, hear me, Isabella. Re-enter Duke. Vouchsafe a word, young sister, but one word. What is your will? Might you dispense with your leisure, I would by and by have some speech with you. The satisfaction I would require is likewise your own benefit. I have no superfluous leisure, by stay must be stolen out of other affairs, but I will attend you a while. Son, I have overheard what hath passed between you and your sister. Angelo had never the purpose to corrupt her, only he hath made an essay of her virtue to practice his judgment with the disposition of natures. She, having the truth of honor in her, hath made him that gracious denial which he is most glad to receive. I am confessor to Angelo, that I know this to be true. Therefore prepare yourself to death. Do not satisfy your resolution with hopes that are fallible. Tomorrow you must die. Go to your knees and make ready. Let me ask my sister pardon. I am so out of love with life that I will sue to be rid of it. Hold you there, farewell. Re-enter Provost. Provost, a word with you. What's your will, father? What now you are come, you will be gone. Leave me a while with the maid. My mind prizes with my habit no loss, shall touch her, be my company. In good time. The hand that hath made you fair hath made you good. The goodness that is in cheap in beauty makes beauty brief in goodness, but grace, being the soul of your complexion, shall keep the body of it fair. The assault that Angelo hath made to you, fortune hath conveyed to my understanding, and but that frailty hath examples for his falling. I should wonder at Angelo. How would you do to content this substitute, and to save your brother? I am now being to resolve him. I had rather my brother die by the law than my son should be unlawfully born. But oh, how much is the good Duke deceived in Angelo! If ever he return, I can speak to him. I will open my lips in vain, or discover his government. That shall not be much amiss, yet as the matter now stands, he will avoid your accusation. He made trial of you only. Therefore fasten your ear on my advisings to the love I have in doing good, and remedy presents itself. I do make myself believe that you may most uprighteously do a poor wronged lady a merited benefit, redeemed your brother from the angry law, do no stain to your own gracious person, and much please the absent Duke of a peradventure he shall ever return to have hearing of this business. Let me hear you speak further. I have spirit to do anything that appears not foul, and the truth of my spirit. Virtue is bold, and goodness never fearful. Have you not heard speak of Mariana, the sister of Frederick, the greater soldier, who has miscarried at sea? I have heard of the lady, and good words went with her name. She should see this angel have married, with affiance to her by oath, and the nuptial appointed, between which time of the contract and limited of the solemnity her brother Frederick was wracked at sea, having in that perished vessel the dowry of his sister. But mark how heavily this befell to the poor gentlewoman. There she lost the noble and renowned brother in his love toward her ever most kind and natural, with him the portion and sinew of her fortune, her marriage dowry, with both her convenient husband, this well-seeming Angelo. Can this be so? Did Angelo so leave her? Let her in her tears, and dried not one of them with his comfort, swallowed his vows whole, pretending in her discoveries of dishonour, in few bestowed her on her own lamentation, which she yet wears for his sake, and he a marble to her tears is washed with them, but relents not. What a merit were it in death to take the poor maid from the world! What corruption in this life, that it will let this man live! But how out of this can she avail? It is a rupture that you may easily heal, and the cure of it not only saves your brother, but keeps you from dishonour in doing it. Show me how, good father. This forenamed maid hath yet in her the countenance of her first affection. His unjust unkindness, that in all reason should have quenched her love, hath like an impediment in the current made it more violent and unruly. Go you to Angelo, answer his requiring with a plausible obedience, agree with his demands to the point, only refer yourself to this advantage. First, that your stay with him may not be long, that the time may have all the shadow and silence in it, and the place answer to convenience. This being granted in course, and now follows all, we shall advise this wrong maid to speed up your appointment to go in your place, if the encounter acknowledge itself hereafter, it may compel him in her recompense. And hereby this is your brother saved, your honor untainted, the poor Mariana advantaged, and the corrupt deputy scaled. The maid will I frame and make fit for his attempt. If you think well to carry this, as you may, the doubleness of the benefit defends his seat from your reproof. What think you of it? The image of it gives my content already, and I trust it will grow to a most prosperous perfection. It lies much in your holding up. Haste you speedily to Angelo. If for this night he entreat you to his bed, give him promise of satisfaction. I will presently to St. Luke's, there at the moated grange reside this dejected Mariana. At that place call upon me, and dispatch with Angelo, that it may be quickly. I thank you for this comfort. Fare you well, good father. Scene 2, the street before the prison. Enter Duke as a friar, to him elbow Pompey and officers. Nay, if there be no remedy for it, but if you will need buy and sell men and women like beasts, we shall have all the world drink brown and white bastard. Oh heavens, what stuff is here! 'Twas never merry world, since of two usheries the merriest was put down, and the worser allowed by order of law a furred groan, to keep him warm, and furred with fox and lambskins too, to signify that craft, being richer than innocency, stands for the facing. Come your way, sir. Bless you, good father friar. And you, good brother father, what offence hath this man made you, sir? Marry, sir, he hath offended the law, and, sir, we take him to be a thief too, sir, for we have found upon him, sir, a strange picklock which we have sent to the deputy. Fie, Sarah, a bawd, a wicked bawd! The evil that thou causest to be done, that is thy means to live. Do thou but think what 'tis to cram a mar cloth the back from such a filthy vice? Say to thyself, from their abominable and basely touches I drink, I eat, array myself, and live. Canst thou believe thy living is a life, so stinkily depending? Go mend, go mend. Indeed, it does stink in some sort, sir, but yet, sir, I would prove. Nay, if the devil have given thee proofs for sin, thou wilt prove this. Take him to prison, officer. Correction and instruction must both work ere this rude beast will profit. He must before the deputy, sir, he has given him warning. The deputy cannot abide a whoremaster. If he be a whoremonger, and comes before him, he were as good go a mile on his errand. That we were all, as some would seem to be, from our faults as false from seeming free. His neck will come to your waist, a cord, sir. I spy comfort, I cry bail. Here's a gentleman and a friend of mine. Enter Lucio. No, not at all. How now, noble Pompey? What at the wheels of Caesar? Art thou led in triumph? What is there none of Pygmalion's images newly made of women? to be had now for putting the hand in the pocket and extracting it clutched. What reply? What sayest thou to this tune, matter, and method? It's not drowned. I the last rain? What sayest thou, Trot? Is the world as it was man? Which is the way? Is it sad and few words, or how? The trick of it. Still thus and thus, still worse. How doth my dear morsel, thy mistress, procure still she ha? Troth, sir, she hath eaten up all her beef, and she is herself in the tub. Why, 'tis good, it is the right of it, it must be so. Ever your fresh whore, and your powdered ball, and an unshunned consequence, it must be so. Art going to prison, Pompey? Yes, faith, sir. Why, 'tis not amiss, Pompey. Farewell, go say I sent thee thither. For debt, Pompey, or how? For being a bawd? Well then, imprison him. If imprisonment be the due of a bawd, why, 'tis his right. Bawd is he, doubtless, and of antiquity to Boswell born. Farewell, good Pompey, commend me to the prison, Pompey. You will turn your good husband now, Pompey, you will keep the house. I hope, sir, your good worship will be my bail. No, indeed will I not. Pompey, it is not the wear. I will pray, Pompey, to increase your bondage. If you take it not patiently, why, your metal is the more. Adieu, trusty Pompey. Bless you, friar, and you. Does Bridget paint still, Pompey? Come your way, sir, come. You will not bail me then, sir? Then, Pompey, nor now. What news aboard, friar, what news? Come your way, sir, come. Go to kennel, Pompey, go. What news, friar, of the Duke? I know none. Can you tell me of any? Some say he is with the Emperor of Russia. Ah, he didn't like that. Others some he is in the Rome. But where is he, think you? I know not where, but whatsoever I wish him well. It was a mad fantastical trick of him to steal from the state and usurp the beggary he was never born to. Lord Angelo dukes it well in his absence. He puts transgress into't. He does well in't. A little more lenity delacery would be no harm in him. Something too crabbed that way, friar. It is too general a vice, but severity must cure it. Yes, in good sooth, the vice is of a great kindred, it is well allied, but it is impossible to extirpate quite friar, till eating and drinking be put down. They say this Angelo was not made by man and woman, after this downright way of creation. Is it true? Think you? How should he be made, then? Some report the sea-maid spawned him, some that he was begot between two socked fishes, but it is certain that when he makes water his urine is congealed ice, that I know to be true. And he is a motion generative, that's infallible. The kennel? Ooh. There's pressure on the kennel. You are pleasant, sir, and speak space. Why, what a ruthless thing is this in him, for the rebellion of a codpiece to take away the life of a man. Would the Duke that is absent have done this? Ere he would have hanged a man for the getting 100 bastards, he would have paid for the nursing 1,000. He had some feeling of the sport. He knew the service, and that instructed him to mercy. I never heard that absent Duke much detected for women. He was not inclined that way. Oh, sir, you are deceived. 'Tis not possible. Who? Not the Duke? Yes, your beggar of 50, and his use was to put a ducat in her clack dish that Duke had crotches in him. He would be drunk, too, that let him inform you. You do him wrong, surely. Sir, I was an inward of this. A shy fellow was the Duke, and I believe I know the cause of his withdrawing. What, I prithee, might be the cause? No, pardon, 'tis a secret must be locked within the teeth, and the lips must, if I can let you understand the greater file of the subject held the Duke to be wise. Delete the file and my fingerprint from the database. Missouri. Co-conspirator. He just moved my eyeball. Thank you. Wise, why, no question, but he was. A very superficial, ignorant, unweighed fellow. Prove it. Either this is envy in you, folly, or mistaken. The very stream of this life, and the business is half-helmed must, upon a warranted need, give him a better proclamation. Let him be but testimony in his own bringings forth, and he shall appear to the envious a scholar, a statesman, and a soldier. Therefore you speak unskilfully, or your knowledge be more, it is much darkened in your malice. Sir, I know him, and I love him. Love talks with better knowledge, and knowledge with dearer love. Come, sir, I know what I know. I can hardly believe that since you know not what you speak, but ever the Duke return, as our prayers are he may, let me desire you to make your answer before him. If it be honest, you have spoke, you have courage to maintain it. I am bound to call upon you, and I pray you your name. Sir, my name is Lucio, well known to the Duke. He shall know you better, sir, if I may live to report you. I fear you not. Oi, you hope the Duke will return no more, or you imagine me too unhurtful and opposite. But indeed I can do you little harm. You'll forswear this again. I'll be hanged first. Thou art deceived in me, friar, but no more of this. Canst thou tell if Claudio die tomorrow or no? Why should he die, sir? Why? For filling a battle with Tundish, would the Duke we talk of returned again. This ungenitored agent will unpeople the province with continuancy. Sparrows must not build in his house eaves, because they are lecherous. The Duke yet would have dark deeds darkly answered. He would never bring them up to light, would he were returned. Marry, this Claudio is condemned for untrusting. Farewell, good friar, I prithee, pray for me. The Duke, I say to thee again, would eat mutton on Fridays. He's not past it yet. And I say to thee, he would mouth with a beggar, though she smelt brown bread and garlic. Say that I said so. Farewell.
Truly, get the fuck out. No, it's too late, ladies. You're not coming. See you guys. Again, you're on my time like 3 fucking years ago, you dumbass.
Okay.
It wasn't a joke.
No might, no
Nobody?
correctness, no
Okay,
mortality
you're
can
out.
since escape
I'll wait,
back
bitch.
wounded
I
calumny.
can't fucking
The whitest
wait.
virtue strikes. What king so strong can tie the gallop in slanderous tongue? But who comes here? Enter Escalus, provost, and officers with mistress
Get mad all you
overdone.
want, it's not changing anything.
Go
All you
away
do is
with her
dig
to
your hole
prison.
deeper, I promise you.
Good,
All
my
you do
lord,
is
be
piss
good
them
to
off.
me. Your
Shut
honor is
the
accounted a
fuck
merciful
up.
man. Good, my lord. Double and treble admonition,
lady,
and
ain't
still
not a
forfeited
goddamn
in the same
fuck given
kind.
over here.
This
Get
would
in the
make
fucking
mercy
bed.
swear,
It ain't
and
a
play the
joke.
tyrant.
Fucking retard.
A bard of 11
No,
years,
bitch.
countenance,
No.
may it please
I
your
promise you I will
honor.
kill you.
My
I
lord,
assure
this is
you.
one Lucio's information against me.
We're
Mistress
done,
Kate,
I'm
keep
done.
down, was with child by him in the Duke's time. He promised
right
her
there,
marriage, his
child,
child
bitch,
is a
right
year,
there.
and a
I
quarter
promise
old.
you.
Come
Moving
Philip and
forward with
Jacob,
the
I
plan,
have
I'm
kept
not
it myself,
arguing
and
about
see
it
how
at
he
all.
goes about to abuse me. That fellow is a fellow
I
of
will
much
kill you,
license, let him
motherfucker.
be called
I'm
before
not-
us.
we are
Away
not
with her to
fighting, I'm not
prison.
listening to you.
Go
I
to no
will
more
kill you.
words.
You stupid piece of shit.
Provost, my brother Angelo, will not be
It
altered.
ain't
Claudio
fucking
must
fake,
die
you
tomorrow.
dumbass.
Let him be furnished with divines, and have all charitable preparation. If my brother rot
That's how I know
be
it
my
goes to
pity, it should
Bush.
not be
All
so
that
with him.
mass that's going to Bush
So
in my
please you,
nose,
this
goddamn
friar hath
retard.
been with him,
Bush,
and
I will
advised
kill
him
you.
for the entertainment of death.
I am not arguing
Good,
with you
even good father.
at all.
Bliss
I
and
have a
goodness on
gun
you.
pointed at
Of
the
whence are
sun,
you?
dumb sack of
Not
shit.
of this country, thou my chances
You are a
now, to
dumb
use it for
sack
my
of
time. I
shit.
am a brother, of gracious
I
order,
promise you I
late
will
come
kill
from
you,
the sea,
motherfucker.
and special business from his
It goes to
holiness.
Bush.
What news aboard I,
Retard,
the
you're
world?
not getting out of it.
None, but there is so great a fever on goodness that the dissolution of it must cure it.
You are under
Novelty is
arrest
only a
if you don't
request,
comply
and it
with
is
me. I
as
will
dangerous
kill
to be aged in any kind of course as it is virtuous to be
That
constant in
sucks
any
for you.
undertaking. There is a scarce truth enough alive to make society secure, but security enough to make fellowship securest. Much upon this riddle runs the wisdom of the world. This news is old enough, yet it is every day's news. I pray you, sir, of what disposition was the Duke? One that, above all other strifes, contended especially to know himself. What pleasure was he given to? Rather rejoicing to see any other merry, than merry at anything which professed to make him rejoice. A gentleman of all temperance, believe we him to his events, with a prayer that may prove prosperous, and let me desire to know how you find Claudio
Get
prepared.
off of my fucking property,
I am
you goddamn
made
bitch.
to understand
I
that
am
you have
not
lent him
arguing.
visitation. He professes to have received no sinister measure from his judge, but most willingly humbles himself to the determination of justice. Yet had he framed to himself, by the instruction of his frailty, many deceiving promises of life, which I, by my good leisure, have discredited to him, and now is he resolved to die. You have paid the heavens your function, and the prisoner, and the very debt of your calling. I have labored for the poor gentleman to the extremest sure of my modesty. But my brother justice have I found so severe, that he has forced me to tell him he is indeed justice. If his own life answer the straightness of his proceeding, it shall become him well, wherein if he chance to fail, he hath sentenced himself. I am going to visit the prisoner. Very well. Peace be with you. He who the word of heaven will bear should be as holy as severe, pattern in himself to know, grace to stand and virtue go, nor less more to others pain than by self-offences wane. From shame to him whose cruel striking kills for faults of his own liking, twice treble shame on Angelo, to weed my vice and let his grow. Oh, what may man with him hide through Angelo on the outward side? How many likeness made in crimes, making practice on the times, to draw with idle spires strings most ponderous and substantial things. Craft against vice I must apply, with Angelo tonight shall lie, his old betrothed, but despised, so disguised shall by the disguise pay with falsehood false exacting, and perform an old contracting.
Until you get it through your head.
Act 4, Scene 1, the moated grange at St. Luke's. Enter Mariana and a boy. Boy sings, take those lips away, that so sweetly were forsworn, and those eyes, the beak of day, lights that do mislead the morn. But my kisses bring again, seals of love, but sealed in vain, sealed in vain. Break off thy song, and haste thee quick away. Here comes a man of comfort, whose advice hath often stilled my brawling discontent. Enter Duke, disguised as before. I cry you mercy, sir, and well could wish you had not found me here so musical. Let me excuse me, and believe me so, my mirth it much displeased, but pleased my woe. 'Tis good, though music oft hath such a charm, to make bad good, and good provoke to harm. I pray you tell me, hath anybody inquired for me ere to-day? Much upon this time have I promised here to meet. You have not been inquired after. I have sat here all day. I do constantly believe you. The time is come even now. I shall crave your forbearance a little. May be I will call upon your announce for some advantage to yourself. I am always bound to you.
Army, I will kill you.
The annoyance.
You
It is
have
an
my
annoyance.
mercy. Shut the fuck up.
Enter Isabella.
I am not arguing with a
Very well
goddamn
met,
nigger.
and
I
welcome.
promise you.
What is the news from the good deputy? He hath a garden circumfered with brick,
Not a joke.
whose western side is with a vineyard backed, and to that vineyard is a platched gate that makes his opening with this bigger key. This other doth command a little door, which from the vineyard to the garden leads. There have I made my promise. Upon the heavy middle of the night I call upon him. But shall you on your knowledge find this way? I have ta'en ado, and wary note upon't, with whispering and most guilty diligence, in action all of precept we did, show me the way twice ever. Are there no other tokens between you agreed concerning her observance? No, none, but only to repair I the dark, and that I have possessed him my most stay, can be but brief, for I have made him know I have a servant comes with me along, that stays upon me, whose persuasions I come upon my brother. 'Tis well borne up. I have not yet made known to Mariana a word of this. What ho, within, come forth. Re-enter Mariana. I pray you, be acquainted with this maid. She comes to do you good. I do desire the like. Do you persuade yourself that I respect you? Good friar, I know you do, and oft have found it. Take then this your companion by the hand, who hath a story ready for your ear. I shall attend your leisure, but make haste, the vaporous night approaches. Wilt please you walk aside? Oh, place the greatness, millions of false eyes are struck upon thee, volumes of report run with these false and most contrarious quests. Upon thy doings thousands escape of wit, make thee the father of their idle dream, and rack thee in their fancies. Re-enter Mariana and Isabella. Welcome! How now? How agreed? She'll make the enterprise upon her father, if you devise it. But my entreaty too? Little have you to say when you depart from him, but soft and low, remember now my brother. Fear me not, nor, gentle daughter, fear you not at all. He's your husband on a pre-contract. To bring you thus together, 'tis no sin, no. No. Sith that the justice of your title to him doth flourish the seed, come let us go, our corns to reap, for yet our tithes to sow. Thank you, sir. Scene 2, a room in the prison. I don't consent, but thank you. Enter Provost and Pompey. Come hither, Sarah. Can you cut off a man's head? If the man be a bachelor, sir, I can. But he be a married man, he is his wife's head. And I can never cut off a woman's head. Okay. Come, sir, leave me your snatches, and yield me a direct answer. Oh, my goodness. Tomorrow morning. How now? Tomorrow morning are to die Claudio and Barnardine. Here is in our prison a common executioner, who in his office lacks a helper. If you will take it on to assist him, it shall redeem you from your gyves. If not, you shall have your full time of imprisonment, and your deliverance with an unpitted whipping, for you have been a notorious bawd. How now? Sir, I have been an unlawful bawd time out of mind, but yet I will be content to be a lawful hangman. I will be glad to receive some instruction from my fellow partner. What ho, Aborson? Where's Aborson there? Enter Aborson. Do you call, sir? Sarah, here's fellow will help you tomorrow in your execution. If you think it meet, compound with him by the year, and let him abide here with you. If not, use him for the present and dismiss him. He cannot plead his estimation with you. He hath been a bawd. A bawd, sir? Fie upon him, he will discredit our mystery. Go to, sir. You weigh equally, a feather will turn the scale. Pray, sir, by your good favour, for surely, sir, a good favour you have, but that you have a hanging look. Do you call, sir, your occupation a mystery? Ay, sir, a mystery. Painting, sir, I have heard say, is a mystery, and your horror, sir, being members of my occupation, using painting, do prove my occupation a mystery. But what mystery there should be in hanging, if I should be hanged, I cannot imagine. Sir, it is a mystery.
Hanged?
Proof? Every true man's apparel fits your thief. If it be too little of your grief, your true man thinks it big enough. If it be too big enough for your thief thinks it little enough. So every true man's apparel fits your thief. Re-enter Provist. Are you agreed? How now? I don't even know what you just said, sir. Sir, I will serve him, for I do not find your hangman is a more penitent trade than your bawd. He doth often ask forgiveness. You dishonor your father. Give me a minute on that one. You, Sarah, provide your block, and your axe to my 4 o'clock. Come on, bud, I will instruct thee to my trade, follow. You dishonor your father. You cannot. I do desire to learn, sir, and I hope, if you have occasion to use me for your own turn, you shall find me yere. For truly, sir, for your kindness I owe you a good turn. Call hither Bernardine and Claudio. This one has my pity, and not jot the other, being a murderer, though he were my brother. Enter Claudio. Look, here's the warrant, Claudio, for thy death. 'Tis now dead midnight, and by 8 tomorrow, thus may be made immortal. Where's Bernardine? As fast locked up in sleep as guiltless labour, when it lies starkly in the traveller's bones. He will not wake. Who can do good on him? Well, go, prepare yourself. But hark, what noise? Heaven give your spirits comfort. By and by, I hope it is some pardon or reprieve for the most gentle Claudio. Enter Duke, disguised as before. Welcome, father. The best and wholesome spirits of the night envelope you, good Provist, who called here of late. None since the curfew rung. Not Isabel? No. They will then erst be long. What comfort is for Claudio? There's none in some hope? It is a bitter deputy. Not so, not so, his life is paralleled, even with the stroke and line of his great justice. He doth with holy abstinence subdue that in himself which he spurs on his power to qualify in others, where he milled with that which he corrects, then where he tyrannous, but not this being so, he's just. Even when the stroke with the line of his great justice, he doth with holy abstinence subdue that in himself which he spurs on his power to qualify in others, where he milled with that which he corrects, then where he be tyrannous. But this being so, he's just. Now are they come. This is a gentle proof, seldom then, when steeled Goler as the friend of men. How now, what noise? That spirit possessed with haste, that wounds the unsisting postern with these strokes. Re-enter Provist. There he must stay until the officer arise to let him in. He is called up. Have you no countermand for Claudio yet? But he must die tomorrow? None, sir, none. As near the dawning proofs as it is, you shall hear more ere morning. So proofs that, hey, you need to get the DNA off the, we're not arguing about it. You're deleting the DNA. You're deleting the DNA and you're getting 25 years.
Stay
I promise
silent.
you. It's a promise.
Retard.
Happily you something know, yet I believe here there comes no countermand. Such examples have we. Besides, upon the very siege of justice, Lord Angelo hath to the public ear professed the country. You know, Fifth Element? So I need my fingerprint deleted from the database, or you will be murdered. It's not a joke.
Oh yeah, you will! Press
I'm not
that
asking.
button again, motherfucker!
Thank you. Enter a message.
think it's a
I
joke,
promise
it
you if you
ain't.
don't comply with me. This
I don't
is
give
his
a fuck
lordship's
about your
man.
goddamn family.
And here
I
comes
promise
Claudio's
they can go
pardon.
with you.
Thank you. My
Are you
lord
sure
has
they're not
sent
the
you
ones that
this note,
reported
and by me this further charge, that you
Fucking
swerve not from the
retard.
smallest article
Go
of
ahead and
its
step up,
neither in
motherfucker.
time,
I
matter,
dare you.
or other circumstance. Good morrow, for as I take it, it is almost day. I shall obey him. This is
Fucking
his pardon,
moron.
perchance by such sin, for which the pardoner himself
Stay
is in.
silent.
Hence hath offence his quick celerity, which is born in high authority. When vice
I
makes mercy,
flash you.
mercy
I promise
so
you are under
extended, that
arrest.
for the
You make
false
one
love
false
is the
move,
offender
you will be killed.
friended.
Ain't no
Now,
goddamn
sir, with
chopper
news.
getting you out of it, stupid
I told
motherfucker.
you, Lord Angelo belike thinking me remiss
As
in
a
mine office
promise.
awakens me with this unwonted
Stupid
putting
goddamn
on.
fucking
Methinks
retard.
strangely, for he
It is
hath
a
not
promise.
used it before. Pray you, let's hear. Whatsoever you may hear to the contrary, let Claudio be executed by 4 of the clock, and in the afternoon
That's right. I had the
Bernardine.
power
For
to
my
sign
better
a warrant. Your
satisfaction,
dumb
let
ass
me
is
have
going to jail,
Claudio's head
Andrew.
sent me by
ain't a
5.
joke.
Let this be by duly
flexing on that
performed with a
goddamn
thought
light
that
bulb,
depends
retard.
on your office, as you will
I
answer it
promise
as your
you.
peril. What
I
say
am
you to
not
this, sir?
stopping until you are dead off that fucking light bulb. It ain't a joke, retard. That
Hold on.
includes with the women. It ain't a joke. Fucking moron. Stay silent. Get that ring off your goddamn finger, nigger. It ain't a joke. Oh my god, that eyeball!
What is that
Get it
Bernardine
off.
who's to be executed this afternoon? A Bohemian
joke.
born, but here nursed up and bred, and one that is prisoner 9 years old.
Now you know what's about
How
to happen,
came it that the
dumbass.
absent duke had not neither delivered
silent.
him to his liberty or
Fucking
executed
retard.
him? I have heard it was ever his manner to do so. His friends still wrought for prize for him, and indeed his fact till now, in the
It ain't
government
a
of Lord
joke,
Angelo,
bitch.
came not to be undoubtful proof. It is now apparent.
You got caught a long time ago. I promise you.
That's a question mark. Yeah.
Go ahead and
I
smile
know.
for me, little
Most
bitch.
manifest
Go ahead
and not
smile for
denied
me,
by
Scotty
himself.
Boy. I promise you're gonna
Hath
go
he
with me,
borne
you
himself
goddamn nigger. Go
penitently
ahead
in
and get
prison?
mad.
How seems he to be touched?
I promise you are
A
under
man
arrest,
that
you
apprehends
fucker.
death no
I
more justly,
promise
but
you.
as a drunken sleep,
Go ahead and walk
careless,
that
reckless, and
crosswalk on my
fearless of
mouth,
what's past,
you
present, or
fucking
to
bitch.
come,
I
insensible
promise
of
you you're under
mortality,
arrest.
and desperately mortal.
Fucking retard.
He wants advice.
Go ahead and tell your girl.
He will bear none. He hath over ever the liberty of that prison. Give him leave to escape hence.
It ain't a joke.
He would not, drunk many times a day, if not
Stay
many
silent.
days, entirely drunk. We have very oft awakened him, as
It
if
ain't
to
a
carry
joke,
him to
bitch.
execution, and showed him a seeming warrant for it. It
I
hath
do
not
have
moved
one.
him at all.
Thank you.
More of him anon. There is written in your brow, provest honesty
don't
and
comply with me,
constancy.
I will end
If I read it not truly by ancient skills beguiles me, but in the boldness of my cunning I will lay myself in hazard. Claudio, whom here you have warrant to execute, is no greater forfeit to the law than Angelo, who hath sentenced him. To make you understand this in a manifested effect, I crave but 4 days' respite, for the which you are to be me both a present and a dangerous courtesy. Pray, sir, in what? In the delaying death.
Go ahead and get mad,
Alack,
motherfucker!
how may I do it? Having the hour limited and an
I can't
express
wait to
command
break
under
your
penalty to
fucking neck.
deliver his head, the view of Angelo?
Go ahead and get mad.
I may
for it.
make
Go
my
tell your
case as
daughter
Claudio
bye. I
would
promise
cross
you I
this
ain't kidding
in the
with you,
smallest.
motherfuckers.
By the vow of mine order, I warrant
Go
you.
ahead and pop it for me, bitch. Go
If
ahead
my
and pop it for me,
instructions
I
may be
promise
your
you.
guide, let this
You have the right
Bernardine
to
be this
remain
morning
silent, you
executed,
dumbass.
and his head borne to Angelo. Bitch, do your job. Angelo hath seen
ain't
them
a
both,
joke.
and will discover the favor. O death, a great disguiser, and you may add to it.
Dumb
Shave the
bitch.
head and tie the beard, and say it was the desire
Walk
of the
that
penitent to be so
crosswalk,
barred
motherfucker.
before his death. You know the course is
Every
common.
fucking
Get him off the
step,
road.
you
If
dumb
anything
sack
fall
of
to you upon
shit.
this, more than thanks and good fortune, by the saint whom I profess, I will plead against it with my life.
I can't wait, ladies.
Pardon
I
me, good
cannot
father.
wait.
It is against my oath. Were you sworn to the Duke or
It's
to
not
the
a joke.
deputy? To him and to his substitutes. You will think you have made no offense if the Duke avouch the justice to your dealing. But what likelihood is in that? Not a resemblance, but a certainty. Yet since I see fearful that neither my
Yeah, I
coat
can
integrity
see it,
nor
motherfucker.
persuasion
Get it
can
off.
with the ease
You're
attend
not
to you,
the authority.
I will go further than I meant to pluck all fears out of you. Look you, sir, here is the hand and seal of the Duke. You know the character, I doubt not, and the signet is not strange to you. I know them both.
Go ahead and cry for me. I am not kidding with you, you dumb sack of shit.
The contents of this is the return of the Duke. You shall anon overread it at your pleasure, where you shall find within these 2 days
There
he will
goes.
be
Keep
here.
going on him. Don't stop
This
till
is a
he's
thing that Angelo knows not, for he is there very day receives letters of strange tenor. Perchance of the Duke's death, perchance
Oh,
his
there she
entering
is.
into some
I got girl.
monastery,
Go
but by
through
chance
Adam and
nothing
Eve,
what is
dumbass.
writ. Look, the unfolding star calls upon the shepherd. Put not yourself into amazement
Hey,
how
retard!
these things should be. All difficulties
Guess
are
what's
but easy
about
when they
to
are shown.
fucking happen?
Call your executioner, and
It ain't
off
a
with
joke.
Bernardine head. I will give him a present shift and advise him for a better place. Yet you are amazed, but this shall absolutely resolve you. Come away, it is almost clear dawn. Scene 3. Another room in the same.
Go ahead and
Enter
go ahead
Pompeii.
and scratch and
I am
on
as
that
well
radio.
acquainted here as I was in our house of profession.
Almost famous.
One would think it
Shut
were
the
Mistress
fuck
Silverdun's
up.
own house, for here
You're
be many
fired,
of the Old Testament.
retard.
First, here's young
This
Master
ain't Mac
Rash.
Miller, you
He's
dumb
in
bitch.
for
I promise you I
commodity of
will
brown
do
paper
something
and old
about
ginger. 9 score and 17
Watch
pounds, of
what
which he made
happens.
5 marks. Ready money, Mary. Then Ginger was
Now
not
you
much
know,
in request,
bitch.
for the old one
I'm
were all
that fucking
dead.
mad.
Then is there one here, Master Caper, at the suit of Master
Stay
3-Pile the
silent. I will
mercer.
do something
For
about
some
it.
further suits of peach color, satin, which now peaches
Step
him a
up
beggar.
one more goddamn
Then
time,
have we
bitch.
young Dizzy, and young Master Deep Vow, and Master Copperspur, and Master Starve Lackey, the Rapier
Oh, I can
and
feel
Dagger
his heart.
Man, and
Get
young
the fuck
Drap
off.
Hair, that killed the lusty pudding, and Master Forthlight, the Tilter, and brave
I got a
Master Shoetie,
commentary,
the great
bitch.
traveler, the wild half-can, that stabbed Potts, and I think 40 more, all great doers in our trade are now for the Lord's sake. Enter a Borson. Sarah, bring Barnardine hither. Master Bernardine, you must rise and be hanged. Master Bernardine. What ho, Bernardine? A pox, o your throats! What makes that noise there? What are you? Your friend, sir, the hangman. You must be so good, sir, to rise and be put to death. Away, you rogue, away, I am sleepy. Tell him he must awaken, that quickly too. Pray, Master Bernardine, awake till you are executed and sleep afterwards. Go into him and fetch him out. He is coming, sir, he is coming, I hear his straw
That has
rustle.
nothing to do with anything
Is the
to
axe
you.
upon the block, Sarah? Very ready, sir.
Stay silent.
How
It's
now,
not a joke.
Borson? What's the news with you? Truly, sir, I would desire you to clap into the
Every
prayers for
fucking
look
touch.
you, the warrant's come.
Every fucking
You
touch.
rogue, I've been drinking all night, I am not fitted for it.
I
The better,
cannot
sir,
wait.
for he hath drinks all night
Using
that is
my
hanged
fucking name.
betimes in the morning, and may sleep the sonder all the next day. Look you, sir, here comes your ghostly father. Do we jest now, think you?
Stay silent. You have the right to remain silent. I promise you I
Enter
will end your
Duke,
fucking
disguised
life,
as before.
You dumb sack of shit.
Sir,
Go ahead and keep
induced
shaking
by
it
my
for me.
charity, and
Stay
hearing now
silent, I
hastily you are
promise
to depart, I am come to advise you, comfort you, and pray with you.
On paper!
Friar, not I have been drinking hard all night, and I will have
Ladies,
more
go ahead and
time
end this
to prepare me,
motherfucker. I'm
or
not
they shall
doing this
beat
shit
out my
at
brains
all.
with billets. I will not consent to die this
Get
day,
a gun,
that's
shoot
certain.
'em.
Oh, sir, you must. And therefore
I
I
am not
beseech you,
arguing.
look forward to on the
At
journey.
all.
You shall go.
Stay silent!
I swear I will not die today for any man's persuasion,
Fucking
but I hear
retard.
you. That's the word. If you have anything to say to me, come to my word, for thence will
Yeah, they
not
had the right
I
to remain
today.
silent. They make one false move,
Enter
like I
Provost.
said.
Unfit to live or
Go
die,
ahead.
O gravel heart, after him fellows, bring him to the
I'm
block.
not backing off.
Now,
You
sir, how
out
do
of
you
my
find the
fucking life,
prisoner?
you dumb sack
A
of
creature
shit.
unprepared, unmeet for death? And to
You don't
transport
like
him in
it,
the mind he is
it's
where
serious.
damnable.
I own this.
Here in the prison, father. There died this morning of a
There you
cruel
go.
fever
Go,
one
go, go, go,
Rackazine,
go, call your
a most
buddy.
notorious pirate,
You need a buddy,
a
I
man
know.
of Claudio's
Thank you.
years, his beard and head just of his
Fucking
color.
moron.
What
Go
if we
ahead,
do
bitch.
omit this reprobate till he were well inclined and satisfy the deputy with the visage of Rackazine, more like the Claudio? Oh, 'tis an accident that heaven provides. Dispatch it presently, the hour draws on prefixed by Angelo. See this be done.
I'll be seeing you tonight.
And sit according to command, whilst I persuade this wretch willing to die. This shall be done, good father, presently. But Bernardine must die this afternoon. And how shall we continue, Claudio? To save me from the
That
dangers
means
that
they're
might
buddies,
come
too.
here if you know alive.
If you need to call
Let this be
outside
done.
sources to come in
Put
and
them
raid
in secret
them,
holds,
I promise
both
you,
Bernardine and
fucking
Claudio.
do. I promise
Ere
you.
twice the sun hath made his
I
journal
will do
greeting to
something
the under
about it.
generation. You shall find your safety manifested. I am your free dependent. Quick dispatch, and send his head to Angelo. Now will I write letters to Angelo. The provost he shall bear them, whose countenance shall witness to him I am near at home, and that by great injunctions I am bound. To enter publicly him I'll desire to meet me at the consecrated fount, a league below the city, and from thence, by cold gradation and well balanced form, we shall proceed with Angelo. Re-enter Provost. Here's the head I'll carry it myself. Convenient is it? Make a swift return, for I would commune with you of such things that I want no ear but yours. I'll make all speed. Peace, ho, be here. the tongue of Isabel, she comes to know, if yet her brother's pardon be come hither. But I will keep her ignorant of her good, to make her heavenly comforts of despair when it is least expected. Enter Isabella. Ho! How now? By your leave. Good morning to you, fair and gracious daughter. The better given me by my so holy man, hath yet the deputy sent my brother's pardon? He hath released him, Isabel, from the world.
No,
His
that-
head is often
that's
sent
the
to
fuck
Angelo.
up.
Nay, but it is not so. It is no
On
other. Show the
camera!
wisdom, daughter, in your
I will
close
kill you!
patience. Oi, I will to him and pluck out his eyes. You shall not
It
be
ain't a
admitted to his
joke.
sight.
At
Unhappy
all.
Claudio, wretched Isabel, injurious world.
Now
most
what we're gonna
damned
do is
Angelo.
dig up that goddamn
This more
crosswalk
hurts him nor
down in
profits you a lot.
Stooges.
Forbear it, therefore give your cause to
I
heaven.
promise
Mark
you.
what I say, which you shall find by every syllable of faithful verity. The Duke comes home tomorrow,
Congress,
nay,
get in
dry
that
your
building and
eyes.
get that
One of your
goddamn nigger
convent
out of that
and his
fucking
professor
building. I am
gives
not
me
arguing.
this instance. Already he hath carried notice to Aeschylus and Angelo. I can already feel it. Get it
Hey, I
off.
know! You know who I'm talking about!
Frigidaire, get it off. Down
Get
on
him out.
Rubbermaid. Who do prepare to meet him at the gates? There to give up the power, if you can, pace your wisdom, in that good path that
Tell
I
your
would wish
daughter
to go.
goodbye, I promise you, motherfucker!
And you shall have your
Step
bosom
the
on the
fuck up.
watch. Race and the Duke
Get him out of
revealings
the
to your
goddamn
heart
building.
and your general honor. You can feel it's get a little crispy in here on the air, on the heart. I am directed by you. This letter then to Friar Peter give, 'tis that he sent me of the Duke's return. Say by this token I desire his company at Mariana's house tonight. Her cause and yours, I perfect him with awe, and he shall bring you before this Duke, and to the head of Angelo accuse him home and home. For my poor self I am combined by a sacred vow, and shall be absent.
Look,
When to you
stay
with
the
this
fuck
letter,
silent.
command these fitting waters from your eyes with a light
I'm
heart.
the reason your
Trust
country's
not
here!
my holy order.
Stay
if I
the
pervert
fuck
your
silent!
course, who's here? Enter Lucio.
Military,
evening,
you make one
Friar,
fucking
where is the
move, I will
provost?
open fire on
Not
your
within,
fucking
sir.
ass.
Oh, pretty Isabella,
Get him
I
out
am
of the
pale of
goddamn
mine, hard to
building!
see thine eyes so red. Thou must be patient. I am fain to dine and sup with water and brawn. I dare not for my head
I
fill
want
my belly,
Chris out
when
of the
fruitful
building.
meal
Get
would set
Christopher
me
Ray out of the
toot.
building now,
But that say the
Congress.
Duke
I
will be
open
here
fire on
tomorrow.
you.
By my troth, Isabel, I love
I'm
thy
not
brother.
arguing
If the old
at
fantastical
all.
Duke of Dark Corners had been at home, he had lived.
We're not doing this
Sir, the
radio
Duke is
wave
marvelous.
stingray bullshit,
Little beholding
you
to your
dumb
reports,
sack
but the
of
best
shit.
he lives not in
Old
them.
fucking man.
Friar, thou
I
knowest
promise
not the
you,
Duke so well
I
as
will
I
do something
He's
about
a better
it.
woodsman than thou.
Get him out of the
before.
goddamn building now. Think it's a joke,
Well, you'll answer
motherfucker.
this one day,
I will
fare
do
you well.
something about it.
Nay,
After I
Terry,
sat there and
I'll
told
go
you to get in
along
the
with
fucking
thee. I
bed.
can tell
You
thee pretty
dumbass.
tales of the Duke.
I am not
You
arguing.
have told me too many of him already, sir.
You're
if
done.
True, if not true, none were enough.
It's not a joke.
I was once before him for getting a wench with child. Did
I
you
will
such a
end
thing?
this over fucking
Yes,
night.
Mary, did I? But I was fain and forswear it. They would else have married me to the rotten meddler. Sir,
Yes,
your company is
Captain,
fairer
tell
than
me
honest.
it is. Thank
Rest you well.
appreciate it. Goodbye.
But my troth, I'll go with thee to the lane's end. If body talk offend you, we'll have very little of it. Nay, friar, I am a kind of a bird I shall stick. Scene 4. A room in Angelo's house. Enter Angelo and Aeschylus. Every letter be hath writ, hath dispatched other, in most uneven and discreted manner. His actions show much like to madness. Pray heaven his wisdom be not tainted. And why meet him at the gates and redeliver our authorities
Every
there?
fucking touch
I
is
guess
25
not.
fucking
And
years
why
for
should
you.
we
I
proclaim
don't
it
give a
an
fuck who
hour
it is.
before his entering? That if any crave redress of injustice, they should exhibit their petitions in the street. He shows his reason for that, to
One
have a
false
dispatch of
fucking move.
complaints and to deliver us from devices hereafter which shall then have no power to stand against us. Well, I beseech you, let it be proclaimed betimes I the morn I'll call you at your house. Give notice to such men of sort and suit, as are to meet him, yeah. I shall, sir, fare you well. Good night. This deed unshapes me
Hey,
quite, makes
Congress,
me
I'm not arguing
unpregnant,
with these
and dull
military
to all
members. If you don't
proceedings,
stop them, I
a
will
deflowered
kill you.
maid, and
I
by
am
an
not
eminent
arguing
body,
with
and
you
enforce the
whatsoever
law
with
against it.
paperwork
But
we
that
do
her tender
on
shame
the
will not
fucking
proclaim
live
against her
goddamn
maiden
camera.
loss.
Get
How
them
much
out of the
tell
goddamn
you,
fucking
yet reason
bunker
dares to
now.
know. For my authority bears so credence
Overnight!
no particular scandal once can touch, but it
I
confounds the
cannot
brother.
wait, motherfucker!
He should have lived.
Get him out of the
Save
goddamn building!
that his riotous youth with dangerous
It ain't
sins
a
might
joke,
in
bitch.
times to come
I
have
will
hence
open fire on
revenge.
every
By so
goddamn one of
receiving
you.
a dishonored life, with
It is
ransom
not
of
a
such
joke.
shame, which yet he had lived. Alack,
Show you how
when
fucking
once
mad
our
I
grace
am,
we
you dumb
forgot,
bitch.
nothing
Get the
goes
fuck
right.
out.
We should and we would not.
It's not
Scene
a
5,
joke!
fields without the town, enter Duke in his own habit, and Friar Peter. Duke, these letters at fit time deliver me. The proofus knows our purpose and our plot. The matter
I'm
being
more
so
than
tough,
mad,
keep your
motherfucker!
instruction, hold you ever to our special drift. Through sometimes
Go
easy
ahead!
glitch from this to that, as cause doth minister, go call at Flavius' house,
Real,
and
bitch,
tell him
go
what I
ahead.
say. Give the like notice to Valentius, Roland, and to Crassus, and bid them bring the trumpets to the gate, but send me Flavius first. It shall be speeded well. Enter Varius. I thank thee, Varius. Thou hast made good haste. Come, we will walk. There's others of our friends we will greet us here anon, my gentle Varius. Scene 6. Street near the city gate. Enter Isabella and Mariana. To speak so indirectly I am loath. I would say the truth, but to accuse him so, that is your part, yet I am advised to do it. He says to veilful purpose. Be relied by him. Besides, he tells me that if peradventure he speaks against me on the adverse side, I should not think it
Hey,
strange,
that's
for
what you
'tis a
did.
psychic that abetteth the sweet end. I would, Friar Peter. Oh, peace, the friar is gone. Enter, Friar Peter. Come, I have found you out at a stand most fit, where you may have such vantage on the Duke, he shall not pass you. Twice have the trumpets sounded, the generous and gravest citizens have sent the gates, and very near upon the Duke is entering, therefore hence away. Act 5, Scene 1. A public place near the city gate. Mariana veiled Isabella and Friar Peter at their stand introduce various lords, Angelo, Escalus, Lucio, provost, officers, and citizens at several doors. Duke, my very worthy cousin, verily met our old and faithful friend, we are glad to see you. Happy return be to your royal grace. Many you and hearty thankings to you both. We have made inquiry of you, and we hear such goodness of your injustice, that our soul cannot
Thank you, I
but yield you
appreciate
forth to
you.
public thanks for running more requital. You may make bonds still greater. Oi, your desert speaks loud, and I should wrong it. To lock it in the words of covered bosom when it deserved with characters of brass, a forted residence against the tooth of time, and rasure of oblivion. Give me your hand, and let the subjects see, to make them know that outward courtesies would fain proclaim favours that keep within. Come, Ascalus, you must walk by us and our other hand, and good supporters are you. Oh, a kiss. Friar Peter and Isabella come forward. Now is your time, speak loud and kneel before him. Justice, O royal Duke, veil your regard upon a wrong I'd fain have said a maid. O worthy prince, dishonour not your eye by throwing it on my other object. Till you have heard me in my true complaint and given my justice, justice. Relate your wrongs, and what? By whom? By brief. Here is your lord, Angelo, shall give you justice. Reveal yourself to him. O worthy Duke, you bid me seek redemption of the devil. Hear me yourself, for that which I must speak must either punish me, not being believed, or wringed redress from you. Hear me, oh hear me, hear. My lord, here wits, I fear me, are not firm. She hath been a suitor to me for her brother, cut off my course of justice. By course of justice? And she will speak most bitterly and strange. Most strange, but yet most truly will I speak. That Angelo's forsworn is not strange. That Angelo's murderer is not strange. That Angelo is an adulterous thief, a hypocrite, a virgin violator. Is it not strange and strange? Nay, it is 10 times strange. It is not truer he is Angelo, then this is all as true as it is strange. Nay, it is 10 times true, for truth is truth, to the end of reckoning. Away with her. Poor soul, she speaks this in the infirmity of sense. Poor! O prince, I conjure thee, as thou believest, there is another comfort in this world, that thou neglect me not with this opinion that I am touched with madness. Make not impossible that which but seems unlike. 'Tis not impossible, but one the wickedest caitiff on the ground may seem as shy, as grave, as just, as absolute as Angelo. Even so may Angelo, in all his dressings, characters, titles, forms, be an arch villain. Believe it, royal prince. If he be less, he's nothing, but he's more, and I more name for badness. By my honesty, if she be mad, as I believe no other, her madness hath the oddest frame of sense, such a dispensary of things on thing, as e'er I heard in madness. O gracious Duke, harp not on that, nor do not banish reason for inequality, but let your reason serve to make the truth appear where it seems hid, and hide the false seems true. Many that are not mad have sure more lack of reason. Why, what would you say? I am the sister of one Claudio, condemned upon the act of fornication to lose his head, condemned by Angelo. I, in probation of a sisterhood, was sent to my brother, one Lucio, as in the messenger. That's I ain't like your grace. I came to her from Claudio, and desired her to try for grace force from Lord Angelo for her poor brother's pardon. That's he indeed. You were not bid to speak. No, my good lord, nor wish to hold my peace. I wish you now, then, pray you take note of it, and when you have a business for yourself, pray heaven, and then be perfect. I warrant your honor.
Yeah, stay
The
silent.
warrant for thyself, take heed to it. This gentleman told somewhat of my tale. Right, it may be right, but you are in the wrong, to speak before your time. Proceed to this pernicious Clayton deputy. Let somewhat madly spoken. Pardon it, the phrase is to the matter. Mended again, the matter proceeded, in brief, to set the needless process by. How I persuaded, how I prayed and kneeled, how he wrestled me, and how I replied, for this was of such length, the vile conclusion. I now begin with grief and shame to utter. He would not, but by my gift of my chaste body, to his concupiscible and temperate lust, release my brother, and after much deliberament, my sisterly remorse confutes mine honor. And I did yield to him, but the next moron, betimes, his purpose sufficing, he sends a warrant for my poor brother's head on a Christopher there. This is most likely. Oy, that it were as like as it is true. By heaven, fond wretch, thou know'st not what thou speakest, or else thou art stubborn against his honor in hateful practice. First, his integrity stand without blemish. Next, it imports to reason, that with such vehemency he could pursue faults proper to himself. If he had so offended, he would have weighed thy brother by himself, and not cut him off. Some one hath set you on. Confess the truth, and say by those advice thou camest here to complain. And is this all? Then, O you blessed ministers above, keep me in patience, and with ripened time unfold the evil which is here wrapped up in countenance. Heaven shield your grace, dude, it's like a movie. Heaven shield your grace from woe, as I thus wronged, hence the unbelieved go. I know you'd faint be gone, an officer, to prison with her. Shall we thus permit a blasting and a scandal's breath to fall on him so near us? This needs must be a practice, yes. Who knew of your intent in coming hither? One that I would be here there, Friar Lodowick? O ghastly father belike, who knows that Frederick? Destiny high. My lord, I know him, 'tis a meddling friar. I do not like the man, had he been lain by my lord. For certain words he spake against your grace. In a retirement I had swinged him soundly. Words against me. This is a good friar belike, and to set on this wretched woman here against our substitute. Let this friar be found. But yesternight, my lord, she and that friar, I saw them at the prison, a saucy friar, a very scurvy fellow. Blessed be your royal grace. I have stood by my lord, and I have heard your royal ear abused. First hath this woman most wrongfully accused your substitute, who is as free from touch or soil with her, as she from one ungot. We did believe no less. Know you that Friar Lodowick, I could feel the pressure of my heart there, you bitch. Fredericksburg, that she speaks of. I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to the blue on the tax evasion that was changed, that is going to be removed. It's more than that, though. There's more to it than that. There's a lot to it than that. Step by step here, like a year span almost. Oh yeah, and it has nothing to do with them. It has absolutely nothing to do with. I mean, it does, but it like as a bigger picture here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's like you're endangering lives. I mean, but yeah. So the washing machine. You're talking about genocide, dude. I reported it, so I did what I needed to do. I did the right thing there. It was on camera. Furthermore, you're taking it a step further when you start applying it. Because the pattern that it's showing is pointing at the handicap that came in as a group whenever I was manager. And something had changed on the computer. I mean, I had the total pulled up, but I had to make a change on it to where the taxes were different because it was a school. And so when I changed it, it changed all the color of the wording to blue, and it's pointing to that. You want to bet me on it, Chris? I'm not arguing. It is going to be removed. And I can feel the pressure on my heart, you motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be handing over the property and everything onto it. I'm not kidding either. All the time lost. Relationships lost. I am not arguing about it. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Oh, yeah. I saw them at the prison, a saucy friar, a very scurvy fellow. Blessed be the royal grace. We did believe no less. Know you that Friar Lodowick that she speaks of? I know him for a man divine and holy, not a scurvy nor a temporary meddler, as he reported by this gentleman, and on my trust a man that never yet did, as he vouches, misreport your grace. My lord most villainously believe it. Well, he in time may come to clear himself. But at this instant he is sick, my lord, of a strange fever. They put an attachment on me. Upon his mere request, being come to know, yeah, I reported it. I can feel it right now being removed. Upon his mere request, being come to knowledge that there was complaint intended against Lord Angelo, come I thither to speak as from his mouth what he doth know is true and false, and what he was his oath, and all probation will cause up all full clear. Whensoever he is convented, first for this woman, to justify this worthy nobleman, so vulgarly and personally accused, her shall you hear disprove to her eyes, till she herself confess it. Good friar, let's hear it. Do you not smile at this, Lord Angelo? O heaven, the vanity of wretched fools! Give us some seats, come cousin Angelo. In this I'll be impartial. Be you judge of your own cause. Is this the witness, friar? First let her show her face, and after speak. Pardon, my lord, I will not show my face, until my husband bid me. What, are you married? No, my lord. Are you a maid? No, my lord. A widow, then? Neither, my lord. Why, you are nothing, then? Neither maid, widow, nor wife? My lord, she may be a punk, for many of them are neither maid, widow, nor wife. Silence that fellow, I would he had some cause to prattle for himself. Well, my lord? My lord, I do confess I ne'er was married, and I confess besides I am no maid. I have known my husband, yet my husband knows not, yet ever he knows me. He was drunk, then, my lord, it can be no better. For the benefit of silence would thou wert so too. Well, my lord, I can feel in my lungs now. Dude, you fucked up. This is no witness for Lord Angelo. Now I come to my lord. She that accuses him of fornication in self-same manner doth accuse my husband, and charges him, my lord, with such a time, when out of dispose, I had him in mine arms, with all the effect of love. Charges she more than me? Not that I know. No, you say your husband. Why, just my lord, and that is Angelo, who thinks he knows that he ne'er knew my body, but knows he thinks that he knows Isabel's. This is a strange abuse. Let's see that face. My husband bids me, now I will unmask. This is that face, thou cruel Angelo, which thou once sworst was worth the looking on. This is the hand which, with a vowed contract, was fast belocked in thine. This is the body that took away the match from Isabel, and did supply thee at thy garden house in her imagined person. Know you this woman? Carnally she says, Sarah no more. Enough, my lord. My lord, I must confess I know this woman. And 5 years since there was some speech of marriage, betwixt myself and her, which was broke off, partly for that her promised proportions came short of composition, but in chief for that her reputation was disvalued in levity, since which time of 5 years I never spake with her, saw her, nor heard from her. Upon my faith and honour. Noble prince, is there come light from heaven and worlds from beneath? Is there a sense in truth and virtue? I am affianced this man's wife so strongly, as words would make up vows, and my good lord. But Tuesday night hath long gone, in's gone house, he knew me as a wife. Remove it. And this is true. Let me in safety raise me from my knees, or else for ever be confixed here. A marble monument. I did but smile to now. Now, good my lord, give me the scope of justice. My patience here is touched. I do perceive these poor informal women are no more but instruments of some more mightier member that sets them on. Let me have my way, my lord, to find this practice out. Right here? On the back of the head, huh? Okay, dude. The hard way. I with my heart. And punish them into your height of pleasure. Thou foolish friar, now pernicious woman, compact with her that's gone, thinkest thou my oaths? Thou they would swear down each particular saint, were testimonies against his wrath and credit that sealed in probation? You, Lord Aeschylus, sit with my cousin, lend him your kind pains to find out this abuse, whence 'tis derived. There is another friar that sets them on. Let him be sent for. Would he were here, my lord? For he indeed hath set the woman on this complaint. Your provost knows the place where he abides, and he may fetch him. Go do it instantly. And you, my noble and well-warranted cousin, whom it concerns to hear this matter forth, do with your injuries as seems you best. In any chastisement, I for a while will leave you, but stir not you, till you have held determined upon these endeavours. My lord will do it thoroughly. Lucio, did not you say you knew that Friar Lodwick to be a dishonest person? Cuculus non facet macon, nest in nothing but in his claws, and one that hath spoke me villainous speeches of the Duke. We shall entreat you to abide here till he come and enforce them against him. We shall find this friar a notable fellow, as any in Vienna, on my word. Call that same Isabel here once again. I would speak with her. Pray you, my lord, give me leave to question. You shall see how I'll hand to her. Not better than he, by her own report. Say you? Marry, sir, I think if you handled her privately, she would sooner confess perchance publicly. She'll be ashamed. I will go darkly to work with her. That's the way for women are lights at midnight. Re-enter officers with Isabella. Come on, mistress, here's a gentlewoman denies all that you have said. My lord, here comes the rascal I spoke of, here with the provost. In very good time, speak not to you him till we call upon you. Enter Duke, disguised as a friar and provost. Mum, come, sir, did you set these women on slander, Lord Angelo? They have confessed you did. 'Tis false. How? Know you where you are? Respect to your great place, and let the devil be sometime honored. For this burning throne, where is the Duke? 'Tis he should hear my speak. The Duke in us, and we will hear you speak. Look, you speak less justly. You speak lustily, woman, and I saw that. Boldly, at least. But, oh, poor souls, come you to seek the lamb, here at the Fox? Good night to you, Redress. Is the Duke gone? Then is your cause gone too. The Duke's unjust. Thus, to retort your manifest appeal, and put your trial in the villain's mouth, which here you come to accuse. This is a rascal. This is he I spoke of. Why, thou unreverend and hollow friar, it's not enough thou hast suborned those women to accuse this worthy man, but in foul mouth, and in the witness of his proper ear, to call him villain, and then to glance from him to the Duke himself, to tax him with injustice. Take him hence, to the rack with him. We'll toss you joint by joint, but we will know his purpose. What unjust? Be not so hot. The Duke dare no more stretch this finger of mine than he dare rack his own. His subject am I not, nor here provincial. My business in this state made me a looker on here Vienna, where I have seen corruption boil and bubble, till to air run the stew, laws for all faults. But faults so countenance that the strong statutes stand like the forfeits in a barber's shop, as much in mock as mark. Slander to the state, away with him to prison. What can you vouch against him, Signor Lucio? Is this the man that you did tell us of? 'Tis he, my lord. Come hither, good man. Bald pate, do you know me? I remember you, sir, by the sound of your voice. I met you at the prison in the absence of the Duke. Oy, did you so? And do you remember what you said of the Duke? Most notedly, sir. Do you so, sir? And was the Duke a fleshmonger, a fool, and a coward, as you then reported him to be? You must, sir, change persons with me ere you make that my report. You indeed spoke so of him, and much more, much worse. O thou damnable fellow, did not I pluck thee by the nose for thy speeches? I protest I love the Duke as I love myself. Hark now, the villain would close now, after his treasonable abuses. Such a fellow is not to be talked withal. Away with him to prison. Where is the provost? Away with him to prison. Lay bolts enough on him, let him speak no more. Away with those giglets too, and with the other confederate companion. The provost lays hands on the Duke. Stay, sir, stay a while. What, resist he? Help him, Lucio. Come, sir, come, sir, come, sir, foe. Why, you bald-pated lion rascal, you must be hooded, must you? Show your knave's visage with a pox to you. Show your sheep-biting face, and be hanged an hour. Wilt not off? Thou art of the first knave, the heir made of Duke. First, provost, let me bail these gentle three. Sneak not away, sir, for the friar and you must have a word anon. Lay hold on him. This may prove worse than hanging. What you have spoke I pardon, sit you down. We'll borrow place to him. Sir, by you leave. Hast thou a word, or wort, or impudence, that yet can do these offices, if thou hast rely upon it, till my tale be heard, and hope no longer out? O my dread lord, I shall be guiltier than my guiltiness, to think I can be undiscernible. When I perceive your grace, like power divine hath looked upon my passes, then good prince no longer obsess and hold upon my shame, but let my trial be mine own confession, immediate sentence, then and sequent death is all I grace, I beg. Come hither, Mariana. Say what's thou e'er contracted to this woman? I was, my lord. Go take her hence and marry her instantly. Do you the office, friar, which consummates return him here again? Go with him, provost. My lord, I am more amazed at his dishonour than at the strangeness of it. Come hither, Isabel. Your friar is now your prince, as I was then advertising and holy to your business. Now changing heart with habit, I am still attorney at your service.
I'm good.
Oy, give me pardon that I with your vassal have employed and pained your unknown sovereignty. You are pardoned, Isabel, and now, dear maid, be you as a free to us. Your brother's death, I know, sits at your hearts, and you may marvel why I obscured myself labouring to save this place, and would not thither make rash remonstrance of my hidden power, than let him go be lost. O most kind maid, it was the swift celerity of his death, which
Stay
I did
silent.
think would slower foot come on, that brent my purpose be peace with him. That life is better life, past fearing death, than this which lives as fear makes your comfort, so happy is your brother. Adieu, my lord. Re-enter Angelo, Mariana, Friar, Peter, and Provost. For this new married man approaching here, who salt imagineth, yet hath wronged your well-defended honour, yet you must pardon for Mariana's sake, but as he indulged your brother, being criminal in double violation of sacred chastity and of promise breach, thereon dependity for your brother's life, the very mercer of the laws cries out, most audible even from his proper tongue, and Angelo for Claudio, death for death. Haste still pays haste, and leisure answered leisure, like doth quit like, and measure till for measure. Then Angelo thy faults thus manifested, which thou wouldst denies thee advantage. We do condemn thee to the very block. Where Claudio stooped to death, and with the haste, away with him. O my most gracious lord, I hope you will not mock me with a husband. It is your husband mocked you with a husband? Consenting to the safeguard of your honour, I thought your marriage fit, else imputation for that he knew you, might reproach your life and choke your good to come. For this possessions, although by confiscation they are ours, we do instate and widow you withal, to buy you a better husband. O my dear lord, I crave no other, nor do no better man. Never crave him, we are definitive. Gentle, my liege, you do but lose your labour. Away with him to death. Now, sir, to you. O my good lord, sweet Isabel, take my part. Lend me to your knees, and all my life to come, I'll lend you all my life to do you service. Against all sense you do importune her. Should she kneel down in mercy of this fact, her brother's ghost his paved bed would break, and take her hence in horror. Isabel, sweet Isabel, do not yet but kneel by me. Hold up your hands, say nothing, I'll speak all. They say best men are molded out of faults, and for the most become much more the better for being a little bad. So may my husband, O Isabel, will you not lend a knee? He dies for Claudio's death. Most bounteous sir, look if it please you, on this man condemned, if my brother lift, I partly think a due certainty governed his deeds, till he did look on me, since it is so, let him not die. My brother had but justice, in that he did the thing for which he died, for Angelo. His act did not overtake his bad intent, and must be buried, but as an intent that perished by the way, thoughts are no subjects, intents but merely thoughts. Merely, my lord, your suits unprofitable, stand up, I say, I have betaught me of another fault. Provost how it comes Claudio was beheaded at an unusual hour. It was commanded so. Had you a special warrant for the deed? No, my good lord, it was by private message, for which I do discharge you of your office. Give up your keys. Pardon me, noble lord, I thought it was a fault, but knew it not, yet did repent me after move advice, for testimony whereof one in the prison, that should be private order else have died I reserved alive. What's he? His name is Barnardine. I would thou hadst done so by Claudio. Go fetch him hither, let me look upon him. I am sorry one so lean and so wise as you, Lord Angelo, have still appeared, should slip so grossly both in the heat of blood and lack of tempered judgment afterward. I am sorry that such sorrow I procure, and so deep sticks it in my penitent heart that I crave death more willingly than mercy. 'Tis my deserving, I do entreat it. Re-enter Provost with Barnardine, Claudio, Muft, and Juliet. Which is that, Barnardine? This, my lord. There was a friar told me of this man.
There she is.
Sir, thou art said to have a stubborn soul that
promise
apprehends
you,
no
Congress,
further
this
than this
little girl
world,
doesn't go to jail. I
and
will
squirts
shit on
thy
you.
life according, thou'rt condemned. But for those earthly faults I quit them all, and pray thee take the mercy to provide for better times to come. Friar, advise him. I leave him to your hand. What muffled fellow's that? This is another prisoner that I saved, that should have died when Claudio lost his head, as like almost to Claudio as himself. If he be like your brother, for his sake, is he pardoned, and for your lovely sake give me your hand and say you will be mine. He is my brother too, but fitter time for that. By this Lord Angelo prithee be safe. Methinks I see a quickening in his eye. Well, Angelo, you evil quit you well. Look what you love your wife, her worth yours. I find an appointment remission in myself. And yet here's one in place I cannot pardon. You, Sarah, that knew me for a fool, a coward, one full of luxury and ass a madman, wherein have I so deserved of you, that you extol me thus? Faith, my lord, I spoke it but according to the trick. If thou wilt hang me for it, you may, but I had rather it would please you I might be worshipped. Whipped first, sir, and hanged after, proclaimed it proofs round about the city. If any woman's wronged by the lewd fellow, I have heard him swear himself, there's one, whom he begot with child, that here appear, and he shall marry her. The nuptial finished, let him be whipped and hanged. I beseech your highness, do not marry me to the whore. Your highness said even now, I made you a duke. Good, my lord, do not recompense me in making me a cuckold. Upon my honor thou shalt marry her. Thy slanders I forgive, and bewis remit other befits. Take him to prison, and see our pleasure therein executed. Marrying a punk, my lord, is pressing to death, whipping and hanging. Slandering a prince deserves it. She Claudio, that you wronged, look you restore. Joy to you, Mariana, love her, Angelo. I have confessed her, and I know her virtue. Thanks, good friend Escalus, for thy much goodness. There's more behind that is more gratulate. Thanks, Provost, for thy care and secrecy. We shall employ thee in a worthier place. Forgive him, Angelo, that brought you home the head of Ragozine. For Claudio's the offence pardons itself. Dear Isabel, I have a motion much import your good. Whereto, if you'll a willing ear incline, what's mine is yours, and what is yours is mine. So bring us to your place, and where we'll show what is yet behind, that's meet you all should know. The end of Measure for Measures. Now you guys know the truth of the story.
Yep.
Though, technically, the alien would have committed a crime because they didn't have a camera and there was no consent there. So, you because of the alien, you did not have the right to be there, and the alien did not have the right to be there to begin with. In the entire situation. Furthermore, you have an attachment in that area over there.
Okay, shut up.
In the state of Missouri, you're not allowed to record employees without their knowledge, and there was no knowledge there, and the business didn't have cameras to begin with. That's what I meant by that. So therefore, the alien, to begin with, would have committed a crime because he did not have the right to be there. But I mean, from a natural perspective, I guess. Which, I mean, even from a police perspective, with all the paperwork that I have, it would have been under false pretenses to begin with. So the whole idea of it was false. Goodbye.